Have you ever wondered what makes a woman truly irresistible? Not just in the eyes of others, but in a way that commands respect, admiration, and awe from everyone around her. It's not about fleeting charm or superficial tricks. It's about a presence so powerful that it shifts the energy in any room she enters. Today, on Feminine Queen, I'm diving deep into the timeless wisdom of Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist who unlocked the secrets of the human psyche. He revealed 6 habits that, when mastered, make a woman not just attractive, but utterly magnetic. These are the habits of a feminine queen, a woman who rules her inner world with grace, wisdom, and unyielding strength. Here on Feminine Queen, this channel celebrates you, my queens, women who embody leadership, confidence, and regal authority. You're not here to play small, you're here to claim your throne. Through Carl Jung's profound insights, spiced with a touch of stoic resilience, I'll show you how to cultivate these 6 habits to become the most powerful version of yourself. This journey isn't about seeking approval or bending to someone else's will. It's about awakening the sovereign within you, the woman who knows her worth and lives by her own design. Now picture this, my voice, a man's voice, delivering this message straight to you, my ladies. I'm here to amplify the power of these words, to honor your strength, and to remind you that your radiance is seen and celebrated. So, settle in, my queens, and let's begin your coronation into the irresistible force you were always meant to be. 1. The sovereign self. Mastering the art of self-knowledge. A feminine queen does not drift through life. She knows herself with unshakable clarity. This isn't about quick glances in the mirror or casual daydreams. It's a deep, almost sacred dive into her desires, shadows, and truths. Carl Jung called this individuation, the process of integrating every fragment of the self into a whole, powerful being. When you commit to this journey, my queens, you step into a realm where external noise fades and your inner voice reigns supreme. You become the architect of your reality, making choices rooted in authenticity rather than the echoes of the world. Imagine a woman who moves through life with the precision of a queen surveying her kingdom, every step deliberate, every decision a reflection of her truest self. This self-knowledge is your crown, my ladies. It transforms how you carry yourself. Suddenly, validation isn't a craving but a byproduct of your presence. Carl Jung's words strike deep. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. When you awaken to your own depths, you wield emotional intelligence like a scepter, reading rooms, setting tones, and commanding respect without a word. Through a stoic lens, this habit is about mastering what's within your control, your mind, your soul, and letting the rest fall away. That's the quiet power of a feminine queen, irresistible not because she seeks, but because she knows. But self-knowledge isn't a one-time revelation. It's a lifelong courtship with your soul. Each layer you uncover sharpens your ability to lead, to love, and to live with purpose. You begin to see others more clearly too, discerning who belongs in your court and who must be released. Carl Jung believed that true power lies in embracing both your light and your shadow, and when you do, my queens, you become a beacon of authenticity. People are drawn to you not because you're perfect, but because you're whole, and that wholeness is the ultimate allure. 2. The unbreakable sanctuary. Prioritizing emotional well-being. A queen does not pour from an empty chalice, my ladies. Your emotional well-being is the fortress from which you rule, and you guard it with fierce devotion. Carl Jung understood the psyche as the root of all strength. When you nurture it, you glow with a vitality others can't ignore. This isn't indulgence, it's strategy. Prioritizing rest, joy, and solitude refills your spirit, letting you lead with radiance instead of exhaustion. Burnout dims your light, But a feminine queen refuses to let the world's demands snuff out her flame. You know that tending to yourself isn't optional, it's the bedrock of your reign. Picture this, my queens. You retreat to your inner sanctum, emerging not just refreshed, but unshakable. Your emotional resilience becomes a beacon, steady, warm, undeniable. Carl Jung emphasized the balance of the psyche as essential to wholeness, and you embody that by honoring your needs without apology. A Stoic whisper adds depth here. Focus on what you can control, your peace, your energy, and release the chaos you can't. This habit is your rebellion against a world that expects you to give endlessly. By putting yourself first, you become a force of love and leadership, irresistible in your quiet strength. So, how do you build this sanctuary? It starts with small, sacred acts, carving out moments for mindfulness, seeking therapy when needed, or immersing yourself in passions that light your soul. These aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. Carl Jung spoke of the unconscious as a wellspring of wisdom, and when you tend to your emotional health, you tap into that well, emerging wiser and more grounded. My queens, your emotional fortress isn't built in a day, but with each act of care, you lay another stone, crafting a sanctuary that no storm can breach. 3. The Iron Scepter, setting boundaries with unapologetic grace. Boundaries are your invisible crown jewels, my queens, precious, non-negotiable, and fiercely yours. You don't beg for respect, you design it with every line you draw. Carl Jung saw self-acceptance as the ultimate challenge, and setting boundaries is how you live it. Each no is a proclamation of your worth, each enough, a shield for your peace. This isn't about being cold, it's about preserving your energy so you can shine where it matters. A feminine queen knows that without these limits, her light gets scattered, her power diluted. You refuse to let anyone trespass on your sovereignty. Imagine a woman who stands tall when the world pushes, my ladies. Your boundaries aren't walls, they're moats, letting only the worthy approach. Carl Jung's insight cuts sharp. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. You accept that your limits are sacred, and in doing so, you teach others how to honor you. A Stoic lens sharpens this. You control your space, not others' reactions. That's your regal authority, quiet, firm, magnetic. You don't bend, you rise, and that unshakable grace makes you impossible to resist. But boundaries aren't just about protection, they're about expansion. When you set them, you create space for your true self to flourish. Carl Jung's concept of individuation thrives here. By defining your edges, you solidify your core. This is where your power lies, my queens, in knowing exactly where you end and others begin. It's not defiance, it's self-definition, and in that clarity, you become a woman who commands not just respect, but reverence. All right, my queens, you are the heartbeat of this incredible feminine queen community, and I'm so grateful for your energy. Your likes, comments, and shares keep this space alive. Let's keep this powerful vibe going strong. If these habits are lighting a fire in you, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and share this with your fellow queens. I'll love you forever for it. Number 4. The Fearless Proclamation, speaking truth as sacred duty. A feminine queen doesn't whisper her truth. She wields it like a scepter, my ladies. Your voice isn't loud for the sake of noise. It's clear, steady, and unmissable. Carl Jung believed authenticity was the soul's liberation, and you live that every time you speak what's real. This isn't about stirring chaos. It's about freeing yourself and those around you from pretense. You don't shrink from the hard conversations or soften your edges to please. Imagine a woman who names what others dodge, who stands in her convictions while the room holds its breath. That's you, my queens, in your full power. Your words unlock doors, my ladies. deepening bonds, shattering illusions, building a court of the worthy. Carl Jung warned, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. You face yours daily, and that's why you won't let others hide. Through a Stoic frame, this is about owning your voice and letting go of how it lands. Your duty is the truth, not the response. That fearless honesty isn't just strength. It's a magnetic force, drawing in those who crave the real and repelling those who can't handle it. But truth-telling isn't always about confrontation. It's also about vulnerability. Carl Jung's work on the shadow reminds us that embracing our whole selves, even the parts we fear, is the path to true connection. When you speak your truth, my queens, you invite others to do the same, creating a space where masks fall away and souls meet. That's the sacred duty of a feminine queen, to live so authentically that your presence becomes a mirror, reflecting back the courage others need to find their own voice. Number 5. The divine magnetism. Channeling feminine energy as power. Feminine energy isn't a prop, my queens. It's a force of nature. When you master it, you don't just attract, you enchant. Carl Jung explored the ANIMA, the divine feminine within, and you bring it to life with every step, every glance. This isn't about posing, it's about presence, the seamless blend of softness and steel, compassion and command. Your allure isn't skin deep, it's the depth of your spirit, the wisdom in your eyes. When you embrace this energy, people don't just notice you, they're drawn to you, hungry to feel their own potential reflected back. This is alchemy, my ladies. You turn fleeting moments into magic, conversations become rituals, silences become profound. Carl Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." You claim that privilege, radiating a pull that's raw and unscripted. A Stoic touch reminds you to wield this power with intent, not for applause, but for your own fulfillment. You don't dim your light to fit in, you blaze, and that divine magnetism makes you irresistible, a queen in every sense. But feminine energy isn't just about allure, it's about creation. It's the wellspring of your intuition, your creativity, your ability to nurture and transform. When you tap into this, my queens, you lead differently, less with force, more with flow. Carl Jung saw the feminine as the bridge to the unconscious, where true wisdom lies. By honoring this energy, you access insights others miss, making you not just magnetic, but visionary. That's the power of a feminine queen. You don't just move through the world, you shape it. 6. The crown's currency, financial independence as freedom. A queen's wealth isn't just coins, it's choices, my queens. Financial independence is your shield, ensuring no one can chain your destiny. Carl Jung tied freedom to self-reliance, and you embody that by taking the reins of your resources. You don't chase money to flaunt it, you earn it to empower your dreams, your dignity, your dominion. This isn't about greed, it's about autonomy, the power to walk away, to build what matters, to live unapologetically. Picture a woman whose bank account is her testimony. She bows to no one. Your financial savvy is elegance in motion, my ladies. You negotiate with poise, spend with purpose, and save with vision. Carl Jung's wisdom fits here. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. You choose freedom, and that choice radiates strength. A Stoic lens adds grit. You master what's yours and release what isn't. This isn't just about cash, it's about the liberty to reign over your life. That independence, that unshakable footing, makes you a feminine queen no one can resist. But financial independence is more than numbers. It's psychological sovereignty. Carl Jung spoke of self-actualization, the pinnacle of personal growth, and money is a tool that fuels your journey there. When you control your finances, my queens, you control your narrative. You're not waiting for permission or rescue, you're writing your own story. That kind of freedom isn't just attractive, it's transformative for you and everyone who witnesses your reign. These 6 habits aren't a checklist, my queens. They're a manifesto etched in the steel of self-mastery and crowned with Carl Jung's wisdom. A feminine queen doesn't stumble into her power. She claims it, step by deliberate step. Every moment you choose self-knowledge, every boundary you hold, every truth you voice, it's all a brick in the palace of your legacy. The world might try to crown lesser queens in your place. Let them try. Your throne isn't up for grabs. It's built within you, unshakable and yours alone. This is your call, my ladies. You are a feminine queen. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. These habits are your birthright, tools to sculpt the irresistible woman you already are. On this Feminine Queen channel, I'm here to walk with you, to shine a light on your strength, and to cheer every step you take toward your reign. So, what's your next move, my queens? Will you sit back, or will you rise? I say rise, because the world isn't ready for the force you're about to become. Subscribe if you haven't, share this with your sisters, and let's keep building this kingdom together. You're not just watching this, my ladies, you're living it. Now go rule.